You're talking to the old crippled up man who just happened to have been blessed by the Creator to be successful in so many of the things that I've tried to do and have done, and have been able to open up doors for other people and help to get them through.
People call me coach. I am a martial artist. I'm a master in jiu-jitsu. I've been training for 48 years. I've been a black belt at least 45 years. I know that. Louis Farrakhan used to say this thing like, I'm born in the triple darkness, so I was born black, poor, male in the United States. My father was a heroin addict, and my mother, not so much, but still, she also used drugs, but it wasn't to the point to where it was as bad as my father. And there were 6 of us. I'm the oldest of 6. And I watched my father struggle, and I never understood why, what besides the drugs. And he couldn't read, but he was a boxer. But he obviously wasn't super good at Golden Gloves, but we lived super, super poor. But we had each other. The one thing I will equate my father for is that he kept us together. He died. He never left my mother, you know what I'm saying? So he died and left my mother a widow. So because I come from that thing, I mean, I appreciate everything that I have. And the worst days, my worst days here in my life right now, worst days, it doesn't even compare. So it makes me okay in my skin in the world. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so imagine being 7 years old and there's a man that's dead in your bathroom, and you this is like a normal thing, you don't know, but like, so in my grown life and all my brothers and sisters' life, that shit has never happened. Yeah. So I could have bad days here. I always go, yeah, but it's not a dead dude in my house. Yeah. If I made it through that, you know what I'm saying, and I'm here, I'm like, okay, whatever you throw at me is good.
When my mother decided that it was Easter time, she bought my older brother his Easter suit. And my dad was given the responsibility to buy my Easter suit. My dad, being a practical human being like he was, he said, I'm going to buy a suit that I can afford, which was a suit from Goodwill. And my mother was very, very upset because it was not a new suit and it had a patched up behind. And she got on this case about it. How dare you buy our son an Easter suit with his patched up behind? And my dad's response to that was, ain't nobody gonna, the boy's never gonna stand up. Ain't nobody gonna see him behind. Grew up in the projects in Cincinnati. And I remember with 2 older women. They weren't old, ancient women, because in those days I was only a kid. But they were saying to me and said to me that the reason I was disabled, the reason I was using a wheelchair, the reason why my arm, I couldn't use my left arm all the way as well as the average person could, was because my family were sinners.
I was a kid that was being picked on growing up in New York City, and I saw a guy doing this thing, and I immediately related to it. Like, I felt like that was me, and it turns out that guy had taught class at the community center. And I went, and he wouldn't train me at first. Actually, he made me stand around like the old school where, you have a student just stands and waits that hope to somebody. Yeah, so I did that for 6 months. And then after the 6 months, he started training me. His name is William Torres. He taught me for free. When I left him, I was the equivalent of a second-degree black belt, because he trained us, and in exchange, we would have to walk the older people home. So he trained us, and he gave us all these ideas and strength. So that's what he trained us for the community. And so the reason why I do what I do is that I give it back. So I train people now for fighting or just other fights in their lives. This is why I took to what he taught me, and it rang true for me. I train people that come in. What do you want to do in your life? Like, oh, cool. So of course I use martial arts for everything. You know, oh, you want to do this also. Hey, martial arts is analogous to life. We're going to do this. You're going to do these steps. Bing, 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 bang, bang, and all of a sudden it transfers to your real life. You're like, hey, I was doing this thing, and then I just took my time and I broke it down until like. You never know why people are coming to you anyway, what problems they might be having. A lot of people come to sports or training for just something that maybe that's missing, right? And so just being there and listening and being really just a cornerman or a coach, just having people's back a lot of time is huge.
Chess. The reason why I like chess, and I really, really like it, chess is my game of choice. I am not the best chess player in the world, but I am a chess enthusiast because I know through playing chess, by having it taught to me, by teaching it to others, and I teach it to young and old, black and white, male and female, is that the game of chess helps you to think better. The game of chess helps you not to surrender.
You can listen to your soul, you know what I'm saying, and then not be afraid to embrace it or do it or go after it. And so people always equate everything to money. Sometimes the money comes with the thing that you pick, and sometimes it doesn't. You find other ways to make money, but if you're doing that thing, like your soul's always going to be good. You know what I'm saying? That feeling inside of your whole body, you're like, oh, yeah, you wouldn't trade it for money. You just couldn't.
I am an artist for social change. I am a change agent. And as a change agent and an artist, I use all of my skills, all of my talents, all of my intellect, all of my emotions, all of my feelings to make things happen. My late wife used to say it all the time, and she took it from an old rock and roll or blues song, I'm not quite sure which, but it simply said these kind of things. Get up off your do-nothing bucket and make some things happen.